Hey guys, it's JP and I'm checking out the third edition, the newest edition, in the Mustang range, which is the Mustang GT40. This third revision has an unbelievably sleek look. We were just saying in the studio, looks fantastic. On the top here, it's all top mounted controls and a really nice bright colourful LED display so you can see what you're doing. You've got headphone out which will cut the speakers, which is great, and you can have an aux in so you can jam along to your favourite songs. Simple controls, just a gain, volume, treble and bass, no mid, and just a master. On the back here, which you cannot see, there is a USB connectivity and also for the foot switch as well, and this amp is also Bluetooth connectable, which is pretty cool. The display might look a little bit complicated, but actually it's very easy to use. Probably the easiest display I've seen on any kind of modelling amp, even pod, etc. The idea behind it being these three buttons just correspond to the three rows you've got on the screen. So the top row will just be for changing the master preset itself, which the amp has well over 100 stock and so many blank spaces as well for you to fill in with your own presets. The second button correlates to other things such as the amps. You can just select the amp and quickly change that, of which there are so many different amps. They go all the way from very vintage amps to modern amps, really tight metal amps as well, which is cool. Some of them have more generic names which are a bit easier to understand if you're not familiar with Fender amps like myself. Don't know too many of them, in all honesty. And the very bottom control just allows you to do all the fine tweaking which you wouldn't really get on the physical controls. So you have got access to all of those things, it's just a lot more condensed, which I think is great, to be honest. So overall, you've got a really nice amp for practice, for recording, but ultimately if you're looking to jam, to write music, etc., having access to all of those different amps for the same price as so many other amps which will just be regular solid state, nothing else going on, it's pretty impressive. So I'm going to spin this preset as it is, and then after I played a bit of that, I'm going to experiment around, see with some other presets, and also maybe edit a couple of them myself. Really awesome, a real, just authentic sounding considering it's a modelling amp. Blown away, to be honest, for an amp of this size. It does sound very full. I'd kind of compare it a little bit to the Line 6 amplifier range, which again can come in the same size for the smaller ones. The same kind of idea behind them, modeler combos basically, combo amps that give access to a whole lot of different sounds, but I think that this absolutely excels considering its size and its price. Fantastic. So let's check out a couple more of the amp models. I admit I went straight to the metal sound, wanted to hear what it sounds like. Cool, awesome, scoop sound, really nice for a modeler. I'm going to go and check out a couple more now. some pretty cool sounds. I really like how there's a huge diversity going on this amp. I really thought a lot of them, as a first-time user, had never actually used this series of Mustang, this generation rather. Had never actually tried it, and just totally blown away that there's just so many different amplifiers going on all in one tiny amp. It's really small. Perhaps not just taking away the practice scene, but also just the modelling scene, you know, like Line 6, etc. All of that kind of modeler stuff where you have access to lots of different sounds. You don't even need a computer, you could just play this standalone, so why use something like a desktop modeler, etc., like the new Moore or the Line 6 stuff. So really blown away, actually, thoroughly impressed. I like it a lot. If you want to find out more about this amp, you can click on the link in the description below. That will take you to the product page, you can read more about it. Or if you want to find more Fender amp demos, other stuff that we've got going on our channel, stick around, you're in for a good time.